We're getting closer, dude. Rockstar is getting pissed off.
Oh, they're getting pissed off
because oh
my god, dude, modding is illegal now. Modding the single player is illegal now. What? Everybody, how you doing today? Welcome back to another GTA 5 mystery video for you. What we got today is a special guest who is one of the most experienced of the mystery hunter crowd, coming at you live. Well, this won't be live, but you know what I mean. Mr. Fuji, how you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? It's what, 1 o'clock here in Guatemala, man.
Oh, nice.
Everything seems pretty crispy.
So you're 3 hours ahead of me over there. It's 11 here in Oregon. Beautiful. So what do we got going on today, man?
Well, like I was talking about with you a lot earlier, you know, off the show, was the fact that these buildings don't, you know, with the windows, it's got something to do with the windows in the construction building. I was looking at Dib's gaming videos. I saw a music video, saw yours, and I never really said anything to anybody about what was going on. And since I've been playing this game for quite a while, so since the beginning, you know, like everybody else. But I've always had a tedious, you know, mind. I've always had something spark, you know, for some reason, for detail, and it's really hard, you know. It's really hard to get this game going, you know, with all the clues you get and how big the map is and what you have to do in order to get things right, time, day, weather, you know, like everyone says. And, you know, what got me going with the buildings was, you know, this reflection, because when you're in single player and you're in the day, well, right now you see this light in front of you, but this building behind you's got lights and all that stuff. It's lit up blue. When you're looking at a piece of the fraction of this window, it doesn't show the corners of the buildings, which I started taking a look. Like, you can take a look at the symmetry of the building behind you, and you can see that it's there. And in the reflection, if you're in the cockpit with me in the front, you can see that it doesn't show. Here, I'm going to try to get as close as I can. And take a look at when I go up and down. Like, it's not... You see the right of the building...
Oh,
it's missing a chunk, like it's a pyramid.
There's also a weird lighting glitch happening with the buildings too. The weird thing
with
how the
you
lighting
see that?
is loading, like it's almost blinking, almost like a Morse code kind of thing.
So then I came in and I started flying around the building. I started looking at it, seeing what we haven't done with buildings, you know, because there's so many of them, like we were talking about, and man, there's
look at the geometry of this building too.
Exactly. Like, you have to have all three characters. Like, one's a supreme being, Franklin, middle, right, Trevor, left, Michael. And one of the things that really intrigued me was I was flying around and I just started seeing that it wasn't there. So I wanted to test firing at the building.
Whoa.
And now there's no bullet holes. No bullet holes.
There's no
on this side of the building
right there. Holy shit.
I can fire at this whole entire building. I'm gonna go around the building, fire at it. All that I want.
There's where it started to have some collision detection. Now it's gone.
Alright. Sorry for the shitty flying.
Oh.
But
yep, a little bit
look,
right there.
Even this side, look. Even this side, you know, has bullet holes. You can make bullet holes all over, but it's just this side. Okay.
It's funny because that seems like the same corner, you know, at least in position on a compass as the other building. You know, it seems like the southeast corner. Like that one building you showed me.
Yeah. I play multiplayer a lot, dude. I like to you know, snap on people and, you know, in my private time. And I started seeing, you know, this crane here, and what really intrigued me was if you look at all around the building, the reflections of the building. Sorry, I can't even speak today. There's special spots where you can land on this building. Even if you go up to the very top, I mean, look at this right here. You can land here, but why? I mean, look, when we're far away, it kind of tricks you. Like, you can go into the building, you can, you know, just parachute in. But look at the bottom. The bottom, there's textures. In the middle, there's no fencing. There's no hollow. But you can shoot through the windows. It's window right there. Window plating. Here's the part where I'm talking about. I'm gonna go around here. I've always been intrigued by these spots right here. These spots, because there's collision detection there, but there's no collision detection. Alright, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna go up. Make me look like a fucking liar. Where was it? So you could land. I mean, you could land right here. You could force yourself there, but
hey,
you could stay there and.
Let me get off there real quick. Could you get me just close enough to the like we did the other day? I actually think it's really interesting that you're into this, because you and me can coordinate efforts to literally let each other out onto these buildings and onto certain surfaces that are really challenging to do by yourself. See, even if I crash landed, but I'm still here, perfect. So let's test it out and keep going, man.
Okay. So then I'm gonna go around the building, and then there's a special spot here where the crane aligns to here. If I can get to the, I mean, you could look at the side of the building, and the textures don't load until you actually get close to the building, like as if it was layered. And if you go back to Franklin's house, there's that light where there's a big freaking X, right? And it points to this building. It points to this very crane right here. This side of the building where the crane's out.
Is that what you think the like that red painting, where it shows what looks like buildings in the skyline, and then an X, and then one looks like a bright kind of highlighted building or some of a structure?
Why would they give you an elevator? Why would they give you an elevator you can't use? You're at the bottom, at the top, but you can't get to the middle.
I wonder the same thing about the elevator in Fort Zancudo in the tower. It works. I mean, we're not able to like get in the base and really do anything as much as we know. But why do they put an elevator inside of Fort Zancudo that actually takes you all the way up to the control tower for nothing? Rockstar never builds interiors without a purpose.
Yeah, that's what we've always known. That's what we've always known. I mean, including with Grand Theft Auto 4, you know, having you know, back then, you know, with the stuff that we had back then, they still did stuff like that where the game was a little bit more simplistic. You know, if you take a look, like I was telling you off channel, that in 360 they, you know, there's no murder mystery, there's no caves, there's no nothing. It's because maybe this game is, you know, was meant to be built on the system, and this game is one entire padlock, one entire labyrinth, like the mural states in Sinner's Passage. You start at the V, you know, with the Epsilon track. That's what I kind of thought after what you did with the train. I kind of figured you could always have, you know, like Franklin or Michael or even Trevor, you know, rage out or use their abilities somewhere. Have all three of them with the tractor, or have something to do at one spot with the tractor and use the train to push you. That could be one way, or starting with the tractor and using the city as a maze, because I'm not sure. I mean, I'm from LA, dude. I'm a Burbank Indian, or I'm not sure what you call him, dude, but I'm from Burbank, California, dude. And yeah, Burbank Indian, dude. And dude, my place was like 5 minutes away from the studios, and it's amazing what they did with this game. I mean, I don't even have to use the map to know where I'm actually at in the game. You know, like I close my eyes, I'm already there. And so with me being from LA and seeing all these buildings, it really does. It really makes me. It blows my mind, dude. It blows my mind with all the stuff that they did. There is a reason why everything is in here. Every clue, every monkey mosaic, everything has something to do. And that cemetery that you were at, like I said, you know, it could be very well that you might need to do something with those 3 characters because, or maybe with Trevor dead. If Trevor is dead, you can go back to that actual grave.
Well, that's actually
sure.
weird. Do you know what you just did was you made me make a connection of a theory of the possibility that that empty grave that's in the cemetery is representing that one of the characters in the story has to die. That's weird.
Yeah, like
I've never thought of it like
die.
that. But that actually, knowing there's one grave and it's open and it's just something also that's marked off, circled on the UV map. There's one grave and there's one choice usually to kill a character or just save all 3. That's odd. It's almost like, what if there's a specific character that's supposed to go in there? I mean, did you say that you noticed anything when you killed off a certain character relating to that grave?
Well, it always talks about Michael and Trevor having a big problem between the friend that died and the corpse that was framed. Well, Michael should have died, and everybody keeps talking about well, one of these characters should die. Which one is the most feasible to die at the end of the? And what everybody keeps saying and everybody sees is having that bat at the Altruist camp, that looks like the jetpack man. Praise the sun, having all 3 characters, trying to have all 3 skies at the same time, at the moon, the eclipse at the right time at 12, like Dibs looked at it, everybody has thought about the sun, praising the sun, but what about praising the night sky, praising at 12 a.m., praising different times like 1 a.m., 3 a.m.,
you mean as in doing yoga at those times?
Yeah,
I have.
Yoga. I mean, because
I actually did the same test because I thought after I put out the yoga video, I didn't put out a video on this because nothing happened. Like I didn't see any significant triggers or anything. But you're right, it is valid to mention that like I did my best to line up the moon actually with Mount Chiliad in the same way, and then try to do it at different times, like when the ghost appears, and then also at 3 a.m., which is the typical time for the UFOs to show up. And then I feel like there's a lot of different times, and like nighttime, I feel you're right. Like there's something really significant with night, especially because I feel if you're trying to hide something, you want to hide it in plain sight.
Release it.
What do we got?
Look. Look at the sun. Look at the sun right in.
Wow.
Look at the sun. Look at this spot. It's trying to tell you you've got to be here at a certain time, and if you walk up to this this ladder, the very same engravings that you see at the grave is in this building, the enchantment. Come up this ladder if you can. Look at the engravings on the side of the building. Why would it bring us to these 3 decks to look at this building at this certain spot with this certain view? And I mean, if you look around, yeah, old style engravings. Hold on, maybe I can have the sniper. What's this symbol right here? Is this? Looks like it looks to me. Yeah, no, right here.
That
looks like a plate. Looks like a bowl. Looks like an owl. Exactly. Looks
it could
like
look like a lot of things. Yeah.
Two Hoots Falls. Yeah. There's an X. No, well, the Two Hoots Owl is a place where we go all the time. I was taking a look at the list of the spaceship parts. Where it has you go.
Yeah,
all those spots
it
are
has
freaking
you
relevant
go to some weird places,
to the damn
dude.
mystery.
It's so funny too because I started doing the collection of the letter scraps and everything after, you know, I started looking into the Chiliad mystery. That's what made me want to get to 100%, because before I didn't even care. But then when I realized it was important, like, I started doing that. Yeah, dude, there's every place that you go for the letter scraps and the spaceship parts, they're weird locations. You're totally right, dude.
Are you in the are you in the cockpit?
Yeah, I'm in the cockpit with you.
Look. I've always thought about these spots. These spots. No one has ever been successful landing in these spots. No one. Okay, now there are some spots in the buildings where, like you said, collision detection is off, or the side of the building is completely, you know, it's just hollow. But check this out. If you look at this and you wall breach inside the map and you fly a helicopter, this helicopter, right? And you know, if you could land down here without hurting yourself, well, let me see if I can do it. Maybe I'll die, but no, totally missed. But if you could land on those ducts and wall breach through, like, what was his name?
Dibs?
No, not we had Dibs and True Star.
Oh, gotcha.
Dibs and True Star. Yeah.
I'm picking you up.
So, yeah, these ducks. Actually, if you land on them, and if you
actually just let you
fly through,
pilot again.
Okay, all right. So yeah, see if you could try to land on those ducks, because those ducks, when you wall breach, every duct goes up and down and, you know, around the building, but it doesn't go through like True Star and Dib said. Now, it's got the Epsilon logo on it. If you look at it from the side, it starts. This is the top. This is an F. Look at the way it looks from this side, but look at the perspective of the corner downwards. Bird's eye view. You got 3 ducts, 1 duct. It goes inside. It's a 3D Epsilon. If you look at the Epsilon logo, I'll go to this side. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. Let me see. Move forward. See, there's left, down. Then it goes left again, like an F. Down, second section. To the finish. And you got the what's it called? The pinpoint location to the Epsilon building.
I think let me look. I think it is like over here. Do you see that waypoint? Somewhere in that area of the city, I believe.
Okay. Also, nobody's also tried hitting those miasmas while parachuting. That's another thing. That's another thing that, you know, I've seen a lot of people fail to do is mention to try to hit those things. Not with a rifle, not shooting for the stars, but aiming for the stars. You know, with your body, with the perspective of mind that you're going to hit that spot, and you're going to go through that spot. And it's always something to try.
Yeah,
Also spots where there's ladders where you can't climb up. Why would they put spots where they kind of tease you with like this stuff right here?
It's so funny. I love that you bring this
Let's do
up
this entire.
This is such an interesting concept that we got to think as a community. Unless we have, as a community, we can say definitively that we have tried every square inch of this map when it comes to its textures, and especially every single building, and like these areas like he's talking about that actually have stairs, that it's like, why do they have stairs? unless there's a purpose. I mean, I imagine 75% of them probably don't have a purpose, but there might be 25% of these areas have weird random
so
shit.
many doors.
Like, that might not even be just for the, you know, the completion of the Chiliad mystery. They just might be more Easter eggs because, I mean, Rockstar even says specifically they had teams working on Easter eggs like never before on this game because of wanting to add this other level that has never really been added to a video game, which I really feel like this kind of stuff is, I feel like we're gonna find trigger points potentially. I mean,
Yeah,
it would be
look
so
at this.
cool
Is
just to go
this-
through a wall and see like a switch, you know, and it says push the switch to see what happens. You know, like a little prompt. And it literally says
Like in
push the
Grand Theft Auto,
yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 3, and you know this is not here, or you know like we
Yeah.
are right now, and between these bridges.
Yep.
But you know, like this Easter egg right here. I'm not sure if you, or if this is even an Easter egg, but it looks like Ratman to me.
Get first person. Oh wow. Yeah, and then there's
Looks like a Ratman. Legs.
and then there's
arms.
like a reptilian creature, like a lizard or some kind of creature like that, even maybe a dinosaur or dragon. That creature is holding on with its feet, or it's like talons or something. That's crazy looking.
Where are the dragons? Where are the dragons in this game? What's the only dragon you see in this game?
The only dragon I see in this game.
The dragon that you see in this game is at the Santa Monica Pier. The how to see? I mean, now you know I'm like really into LA.
Interesting. Oh, by the way, can you actually go straight up real quick before you leave that area you were just at? Because that area right there where we have all of our ships docked in story mode. Well, actually no, that's not it. To the left, actually. It's not that area by the harbor. It's this one right here. That's all these little areas that are put here, you know, around water. And
we always pass by.
Exactly. And what's really funny is if you think of the geometry of this, I realized the other day, this is somewhat of the Maze Bank logo laid into this geometry here. You know,
exactly.
the two interlocking pieces, which I found really funny because, I mean, the Maze Bank, when their logo, it always makes me think puzzle because of how they put their logo. Yeah, and look at that. You're right. There's a pause kind of vibe too because of the 2 points. But like I think of
oh, not only that, but you're in the middle of a big freaking square, okay?
Yeah.
An outline square, Maze Bank, like you said. Not only that, but if you look at the Del Perro, like Tristar and Dave said, the V. Look at the outlines of the map. Look at the engravings when you're at Ursula's garden. If you look at the pumpkins, it's got the same scribbles like you would be at the Maze Bank, in a different perspective. Like you're looking at that. Let's see here. That horse that's down here. You have to look at it a certain way in order to figure out it's a freaking horse or the torso of the horse. Same thing at Ursula's garden. If you look at those.
Sorry, that was
this. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm bad with puns. I'm not very punny.
I mean, look at this. You gotta look at it a certain way in order to see the horse shape. But if we spawn into the blizzard and we go to Ursula's place and we take a look at the sun, we have to wait for the sun in order to hit at the right damn moment. You can you can see those pumpkins. You can see those pumpkins kind of give you like a miasma type of. They've been giving those symbols all over, all over Lester's place. One of the most important places to go to. It's one of the first machines that you see that is a miasma machine, or is the sign of a spectrometer, frequencies, aliens, all that stuff. But nobody's taking a look at the logo of the Maze Bank. You go there every day. You land on that building every day, And when you look at the Epsilon, they want you to take a look at certain logos a different way. Like Trevor, Franklin, and Michael are all embedded into the Epsilon logo. F, M, and T. I'm waiting for that damn minute to pass by so I can spawn the buzzard.
Just gotta say, I really appreciate, honor, and respect your attention.
No, dude, to you, dude, to featuring me on your channel and you know, getting out there with everybody else and you know, taking a look at this and cracking it like a freaking team, you know, because that's what it's about. This game, you're not gonna crack this by yourself. You know, there's just one mind. And one mind you know, if you ever take LSD or DMT or you ever tripped out on psychedelics, dude, I mean, why do you think they put this in? Why do you think they put Michael to trip out on, you know, DMT or LSD or whatever? And the very first thing that he does is, you know, fly. And you gotta shoot, aim for the stars. Well, what if you had to aim for, you know, the Mount Gordo? You know, you fly up pretty high. You start up there and you fly forever. What if you could, you know, fly right through the big square that rains at night? When you're right by Gordo, there's like a little opening, a square. And I think Dibs or TrueStar actually pointed that as well. Yeah, I see it, dude. I see it. It's
like right.
It's a big treasure map.
Well, I just noticed within this, the star caught me, but then I noticed it's got the mirror textures. It's got the mirror textures again. The symmetry,
the seam,
the seam, the enchantment, whatever you would call it. The Jesus toast, some would say.
I would always take a look at the seahorse, you know, because it's blue, obviously. You know, it's kind of falling more for Michael, but if you take a look at the Epsilon as well, you know, that is an F. Seahorse looks like an F. You know, you got to go to the C. This is also pointing at different things that you got to do. You know, you got to go to the Del Perro. They keep insinuating Del Perro Pier. They keep, you know, Ned Luke has gone on there continuously. Jetpack. You know, giving us clues with Solo and all that on Twitter. And Trippy's also been on that as well, you know. He's been hovering over Ned Luke like crazy, dude. Like, I've been doing it too. But all that started sparking me when where's this building at? Where the V's at? Hold on. Right by where my bikers Arc Club's at, I think. Here. Right here. If you just stop here, you just press pause. Look at your start. You begin here. Look at where you're at. You start. Your first right is into the entrance of the little village that looks like the Maze Bank logo. Begin here. Ever taking a look at that? What if you were pointing this way? There's the E, the water. And in the Maze Bank, when you know you're looking at the fountains, it looks like plateaus. It's got a red line, red outline you gotta follow. Well, anyone ever try following the outline to the Maze Bank logo? And you know, because look at these little streets, these little alleys. The one right by, like over here. Look at on my map where I put the waypoint on there. You start there. You can start anywhere virtually, but to get to the actual inside of the village, or the bridge, or one of the bridges, is this spot. There's only one exit and one entrance that goes through that whole entire section that we just were flying over. And I'll drive through it. This way.
You know, have you noticed on the map too, if you actually just stop real quick and pause, and it's great that you paused or stopped right there on that street that you're on right now, because if you look directly behind us, I found a dot the other day, but on the map, there's these shapes that look basically like giant chain, like a chain link. See that? And it's almost like it's in the tunnel or something, maybe underground, but it's weird because it only goes for about like a block. What the hell is that necessarily? Because if you look behind you, I mean, it's the kind of, you know, it's the business district.
Why would they outline?
Yeah, like why is it so much like that? I mean, that could be just a coincidence, but I just wanted to bring that up because that came up the other day when I was in the same area. Go ahead and take us to that alley though, and show us what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you go through the map, if you press pause, we're starting to go through the waypoint, right? Make a left. I think,
oh wow! And actually, I just noticed that there's almost like ears. Or like there's a geometric thing on each side around this, where it almost goes.
Look
like,
at this! Look at this!
How funny!
Look at the floor! Look at the floor! Why would they make an indentation here? There's no indentation by Echo Park. I've lived at Echo Park for almost, 5 years, dude. There's no. Why would there be cuts in this ground? Kind of telling you like.
Yeah.
This is a block in the labyrinth. This is where you start. This is the wall. Think of it as an invisible wall or something. Or why would you have all these outlines right here? These walk paths where you can walk through. And this is the start. This is a start right here. And if you roll down the street right here, this is the only ending alley you get to. But drive around, and you actually can. You can find yourself driving the fucking Maze logo. Jump down. I'm not saying start here, but what I'm saying is that somehow this is a puzzle as well in the block, is what I think it is.
This is really odd too, as I was just coming to meet up with you. Just the little trail, this little park area to the side. It's like, wow, it doesn't show up. So the actual, and that's so funny because this is one of those that you look at this kind of weaving path that goes along this, park or something to the left side, and it doesn't show up on the map either for some reason.
And you also want to take a look at this. Look at where I'm standing on. What is this? So funny. I'm in a box. I'm inside of a square right now. I mean, but the thing is, think a lot bigger. You're inside of a box, man. There's a box, and you're in the middle of that box, and you're standing on top. You cannot sit down on that bench. Why would they want you to stand inside, on top of a table? I mean, I'm thinking about the bigger things. I'm thinking about like the most intensive detail that they would kind of think of, to kind of steer you away from this path, because if you look at this path, why would they give you a path on that way, but path to start here, and you got different sections of this place that we never come to, and this isn't a dead end as well. Call me crazy, but, I don't know. It's just
You're
weird.
Crazy,
dude.
man.
Like you said.
You are crazy.
It's symmetrical.
Like, how
totally
dare
symmetrical.
you? How
Totally
dare
made
you
that.
make connections with like logical stuff, man? How dare you? You're crazy.
No, you know what had me thinking about the doors and crazy doors was Danny. You know, when he was looking at the big oval doors by the Sinner's Passage, the little, you know,
Yeah,
big oval doors.
I know what you're talking about.
So crazy, dude. Yeah, every time I go past that, dude, it just gives me chills because there's got to be. I mean, they're slapping you in the face, dude. There's so many doors. The movie that you just presented had, you know, doors, ladders. So many doors you got to go through. So many spots. There's got to be one wall breach in this game, at least one. And that place where I was telling you, right by Capitol Records, is that wall breach. We just gotta see if we can get in, follow that duct, and see if we can get in and follow the miasma paths if they're in multiplayer.
Cool.
Thanks for the time, dude.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Like, you have, I appreciate when someone has done their homework and really looked into this on another level to be like a secondary brain to, you know, think and coordinate with. Like, that's really important, especially with how huge this shit is. Like, dude, we need, like, to connect our brains because it's just like they made it, you know, if you put, you know, huge Easter eggs almost in the real world that connected on a scale all over every continent. It's like no one person was going to solve that and was even meant to. It was meant to be a collaborated effort, and it's one of those things that obviously would be a like an intentional, you know, uniting, you know, a community growing experience, which I think has happened already. Like that's how this is going to be solved, and.
We're getting closer, dude. Rockstar is getting pissed off.
Oh, they're getting pissed off because
oh
my god, dude, modding is illegal now. Modding the single player is illegal now. Something's going on.
Let's talk about this. No. Let's talk about this. Okay, so Rockstar. Okay, Rockstar has been around for you being able to mod since what? Since GTA 3, I think.
Yeah.
You know, since PC, since hot coffee mods, alright. Since that was, you know, the hottest thing that, and got Rockstar in trouble for it. But check this out. If you gave somebody the knowledge, if you knew somebody that was able to break the game, you know, able to check out the stuff like these gurus are going through every day, breaking the code, going through the updates. You wouldn't think that mystery hunters and the people that, you know, have Open5 and that have, you know, the emulator or, you know, the source engine to pop this game in and go through every wall or every piece of code, everything. You wouldn't think that they would get pretty pissed off at thinking that you're getting damn close, not because of the UFO, not because of discovering the UFO, but discovering that there are other things that you can do with this game based on time, based on accelerating the things that we can't do when we're on a console. That is what I think that they're getting pissed off about. Me, you know, as a person, you know, me, personally, that's what I think. But, you know, think about it. There's so many of us out there trying to search for the jetpack. We want the freaking jetpack, dude. It's been 4.5 years, almost 5. People are getting antsy, man. Rockstar has promised that jetpack confirmed. They said that everything that changes stays the same. This game has been built on the foundation of San Andreas. And even if you look at the chrome truck, you can go around town and the whole damn city is the same exact representation of San Andreas as if it was the foundation. They just built on top of it like crust. Like if this was the icing of the cake, you can take it away. You just need to find a way to cut the outlines out and look at what you really want and go for it, you know? This game is a big padlock labyrinth. They made it as hard as hell. You know, even with the coding, you know, they took away mods, the water mod, you know, the flying, all that stuff. If you activate all that, there are certain parts of the game you can't even get to. So, you know, they made that security that way, but people are getting smarter and smarter every day, you know. People are getting antsy, they're getting pissed off, and they want what Rockstar promised them, and it's a damn jetpack. And if not, what that Chiliad or what that Rockstar developer confirmed, which was a sweet alternative. Could be a Rocketeer jetpack, like Trippy said. Could be a UFO. Could be a freaking, you know, hoverboard. Who the hell knows? But we want it. We're getting close to it. Rockstar's getting pissed. They're shutting us down.
I even think, dude, like, okay, so think about this, right? We want a jetpack, but what do we really want a jetpack for? It's because of the mobility, right? The agility, that the aerobatics we can do. The way we can, like, go over the map like it's nothing and be able to have a machine gun in our hand the whole time, right?
What if this thing was a time machine? A sweet alternative.
Love it. What if... Okay, I love that. Because where I was just going was... Okay, what if, as I've heard some people theorize, this cracking the mystery is actually having somewhat to do with, like, enlightenment? And I know that might be some kind of far out for some, but what if, because I've learned personally, if you look into theosophy and you look into some not necessarily religions, but kind of a cult, you know, mystery school kind of stuff, there's literally teachings that say that we can evolve to godhood and that we can literally evolve our body on a molecular, energetic, and everything kind of level to the level where we can literally fly, we can instantly manifest, and all these different things. And they're like, the character we know as Jesus in the Bible is actually representing something that we're all able to attain on a certain level. And that kind of trips me out because I just had this thought of, like, what if you literally access the ability to fly? I mean, what if Michael or Franklin or Trevor, you access something to literally become superhuman, or all three of them, and then, because that's funny too, in 2012, you know, before they made this game, when they were still working on it, you know, they reference all kinds of stuff with, like, the Mayan calendar in 2012 and stuff like that in the game. But in that era, there was also all this conspiracy theory, Illuminati stuff that people were discovering. But at the same time, there was also this other story that was that 2012.
The truth, damn it.
Yeah, and that 2012 was actually the ascension, and that some claimed that we were actually going to ascend into the 5th dimension, the 21st of December in 2012, like to the degree that we would literally be able to fly, instantly manifest, photosynthesize from the sun. We wouldn't even need food the same way, or water the same way. We wouldn't even need sleep the same way. We would feed off of prana, or chi, or vril, or whatever concept you want to go by. But it's really trippy because that would allow us to literally fly around the map. I mean, imagine being one of the characters and being able to fucking fly around the map like Superman, in some way that's made realistic, dude. And you're able to fucking use a machine gun and shit. That's your
yeah, dude.
Because that would be like, that would be more dope to me than the jetpack, if, of course, you're able to move faster. Because the only thing that bugged me about the jetpack at San Andreas is it was a little slow. I loved being able to go anywhere. But man, if that thing could be faster,
yeah,
which hopefully in this, if of course they put the jetpack, I mean,
the Rocketeer jetpack.
If, of course, it is a jetpack that is the final conclusion of this mystery, and that's what, like, we are going to find, then I imagine it would be way updated, and yeah, it would be, like, super fast, and not like the San Andreas one. It would be, like, on a whole other level. Like, if we have the rocket bike now, the Oppressor, that thing is insane. And if they're, like, the jetpack has to be 10 times faster than that motherfucker, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude, that would be pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope, man. But we can only speculate, like everyone else has done, you know? Like it's so intense. It's so
collect
intense
clues.
Rockstar, with every collect clues, and with every update they give us something, a lead, a clue. Keep going. Don't lose hope. You know, Danny just put a video out where there's a Bigfoot inside the cave, right by where the lamp is at, you know.
Yep.
You can see it, and it's pretty intense, you know. What I always thought, dude, I mean, if you take a look at it, if you take a look at the map and you kind of scroll out, just the last thing, Ursula's house has got that little eye, that little loop, right? You find that Epsilon tractor, and you said it takes forever to go anywhere. But the developer of that revealed the mystery to us said, you know, it's got to do with the murder mystery. It's got to do with you know, connecting Lenora Johnson and obviously collecting the spaceship parts. Everything has relativity to where you start and where you end. And you know, when you praise the sun, it's just all giving you all 5 elements, all 5 senses to use in this game. You know, like as if you were looking in real life, like you said. But if you start with the Epsilon tractor, you know, from Ursula's house, you start the storm. You know, and you travel around the map. If you look at it, it's one big egg. And if you look at the beam me up spot where the aliens are, you know, that I think it's over here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're at the hippie camp. Oh, by the way, stop real quick. Yeah, will you stop real quick, by the way? Okay.
Yep.
I just wanted to point this out because just another odd little thing as we're going by. Noticing just again the geometry of the little platform that's holding onto the satellites. I hadn't noticed that before because I don't think I've driven from behind them and looked at them like this. But it makes me think of the Maze Bank Tower just because of how it's literally starred like that. I wonder how many points they have.
Take away,
because that stuff is never an accident.
Take away the framing. Okay, come over here, dude, and then just stand right up top, go into first person. All right, take away the platform, take away the stairs. Imagine a big sphere, dude, a big ball right in front of you. All right, now open up your phone. Same thing as Fort Sankudo, same thing as the sign, same thing as the logo at the Fort Sankudo when you're, you know, going to the entrance or the exit behind, you know, like where the silos are at. If you look at your phone, it's got the same thing. You just got to take away all that other crap, and it's a symbol of the internet. Another ball, another sphere, geometric lines going through the
Yep. Like the network connecting all things.
And then that yoga dude, the instructor, you know, him telling, yeah, you can drive. You know where that alien place is at. But it even says there, I mean, start here. And it points to Ursula's, you know, it points to the eye, which is the lighthouse. You start here. You start the storm. It has to be a certain weather type. This is, I think. Here, let me see if I can pull this up. Because take a look at the instructions that it says. I mean, people are looking left and right. People are getting all over, you know, all over with these theories and.
Yeah, because all the red herrings.
And exactly, dude. Exactly. So many spots to take a look at this damn game, dude. It's so intense.
Well, that's why it's
all
like.
Right, so
I see
drops.
What. Sorry, keep going.
No. Go ahead, you.
Oh, I was just gonna say that that's why it's like no matter what, this is gonna take a certain amount of time, and if we can all coordinate our efforts, which has already been done for years, but if we can do it on a more intense level, to where we literally start paying attention to everything, because I feel like there's been so many clues and trails that have been discounted that are potentially the real trails, and the trails we've paid attention to have been the red herrings, because we've had predictive thinking used against us. Classicalism in thinking used against us is even talked about in Meltdown. No, it's Capilavaro. But the funny thing is, like, I think we really need to, as a community, like, and this is what I'm doing, and I can tell you do the same thing, is we need to constantly work and go around the world in GTA, and seriously, every clue and thing we pick up, we put it in our toolbox. Nothing gets thrown in the trash, ever. I mean, we might not agree with something. I mean, I might personally think that a certain idea or thinking something is retarded to even think of it, but I will always still put it in my toolbox because I'll go, that might be right. I'm just being stupid right now, you know? Like, nothing can be discounted, especially in the way of
everybody thought that this, you know, this guy, I think it was like about 2 years ago when he was finding, you know, the textures, you know, and this game, you know, did have problems. It didn't load right, you know, everybody was getting timed out, you know, online. You know, textures wouldn't load. Some of the things that they put into the game, they took out, like, you know, the money trucks and all that stuff, because maybe it did overload the game, maybe it didn't, maybe there's certain things that were irrelevant to the game, and they wanted us to focus on this because the money, you know, the money gathering was just a pastime. Really, to be honest with you, I mean, take a look at this map, man. Take a look at this. You know, this is... We've been here a million times. We've had a million theories here. You know, the EJ65, you know, the subliminal message here, the car, but it's a start here. But if you look at the map, if you go bird's eye view, it starts at Ursula's house. The same map loop that is to the right of us is the same map loop that is used at Ursula's house. That's what I've paid attention to. Look at the way that the world looks, and it says, you know, go around, all around the map. If you look at the map, it's one big egg. You know, the center of the Alamo Sea is a loop. If you look at the freeway, the highway system, and you look at the way that at the Del Perro Pier, you know, Del Perro Pier, and the roller coaster looks, it's somewhat the same, dude. It loops over like a clock, like you're going back in time clockwise. You know, what if you could do this with the Epsilon tractor, with Michael, with Franklin, 88 miles an hour? What if you actually had to, you know, roll and start from Ursula's house, make your way all the way around this damn map on the outline of the damn map, dude?
I have heard somebody
and the maze
tell me that we could go back in time with a specific vehicle. It might have been trolling, but I think there's I think there's something to what you're talking about, dude. I totally do.
No. I totally believe. Ursula's house, and you gotta start with the tractor, dude. Look at where it drops you off. Look at the end of the map. If you go all the way around, starting from Ursula's house, all the way around Paleto Bay, all the way around Fort Sancudo, look at the final exit of where you get off. It's right there at the PCH.
Pacific Coast Highway.
Right. Where does the logo start for the Maze Bank? That village. Right where the chain is at. Like, you gotta...
So you're saying if you took
you gotta cut
tractor,
the chain.
You took the tractor from over where Ursula's house is, from the lighthouse at Mount Gordo, down to... Are you talking the area that
right
reflects the Maze Bank? It goes all the way down there.
Yeah. Because if you look at where the start point is, Del Perro Pier, the roller coaster that looks like a penis that's looking, that's looking over to the fucking PCH. It aligns with PCH. Start here, like it's a finger, like dick, like dick over here, dude. Like, look at this. Right, like, look at the map, dude. Look at the map, and look at where it's pointing at. It's pointing at the entrance of PCH. You gotta make a right. You gotta go up, down, into the start of the maze. And look, I mean, it just, there's waterways that prevent you from actually, kind of like a Rubik's Cube, kind of.
And it is it's funny that it kind of looks like a maze, to a degree. I've never even thought of that area like that, too. See, this is why it's just so good to have a secondary brain man to work with. Well,
look at the 4 sections of the boxes.
Where?
That village right here. Look at the center. If you take a look at the center without me having to paint that line on the map. Symmetrical, 4 boxes inside, 4 boxes.
Wow. Haha.
Like a window, like it's a window shape.
Excellent. So thank you for being on the show, though, man. I really do appreciate it.
No, thanks to you, man. Appreciate it, and hope to be in a lot more videos with all y'all, brainstorming all these answers, because we gotta get to the truth, man.
Definitely. Yeah, Mr. Fuji, he is a pro, man. If you're on Xbox Live, make sure to friend him, connect with him, share your ideas, and make sure, you know, you listen to this man, because he has a lot of experience looking into this mystery that he just really hasn't been open about for a long time until he started seeing other people in the community kind of coming out. And that's the funny thing, that's like, it's guys like him that actually got me really looking into the clues in the Chiliad mystery, and even why I'm doing videos altogether, because once I started looking into it, I started realizing, like, yeah, there's definitely a lot to this. Like, this is not just theories or whatever crap. Like, there's stuff here that's just not being confirmed by Rockstar, but it's easily verifiable if you just have eyes and ears to see and hear. So thanks for coming, man, and we're gonna have you on the show like later on, and we're gonna be kind of hanging out the rest of the day, doing a lot more investigation. So hope you guys tune in, though. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you see new videos that are coming out on this channel. I don't claim to have all the answers or anything like that, but I do claim to look into every clue and look into every single thing and give it objective thought. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and
Always here to help. I'm humble as they come.
groovy. And, you know, just, he doesn't have a YouTube channel, but you can always send him telepathic, you know, vibes of support and good shit, you know? Alright, well,
Yeah, for sure.
you guys all have a great night.
Everybody take care.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Shadowman out.